welcome to another of the Sportsman Show. I am your host, Joe Musel, and along with my other co-host, Coachy. Go.
Hi, everybody. Before we start the show, we want to apologize for the last 2 weeks we weren't able to go on. The first one was my end because I had to a little bit of self-quarantine for a couple of days, but everything turned out good. So I'm glad to be back. And then, Joe, it's your turn on this one.
We took a little Thanksgiving Day break, but we're back for you and stuff. My Thanksgiving went well and everything. We ate some turkey, just stayed home, just with my mom. Laid back, didn't go anywhere, and just had some good food. So, Same here. There. What's your favorite turkey dish?
Well, the turkey dish I had, if I had to pick one, was actually mac and cheese this year.
Ah, the mac and cheese, man.
It was really good. It was homemade. It was wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Along with the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, the corn, the turkey leg that I had, the gravy, and then the brownie sundae instead of the normal pie. But I was happy with the brownie sundae and watched football with my brother.
Yeah. All right. That sounds like a good day. That's typically what I did. I go with the turkey leg too. I enjoy the good dark meat of the turkey leg. So
and then of course I will bring this up. If any of you didn't get a chance to watch the dog show in the afternoon, you had a second chance to watch it at night. So
the dog show, you gotta watch the
dog show. Of course, I know.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. I'm going to tell you, with the 2 weeks that we missed, the first topic that comes out of my mind, if anybody of you heard about this, with Denver playing the New Orleans Saints this past Sunday.
Sunday.
I hope you guys enjoyed what a laughing stock that game was on Sunday. That was by far the worst game of the season for anybody.
Yes, it was.
If you guys didn't hear, all the quarterbacks for the Denver Broncos went on the COVID list on Saturday. And this is the real funny thing about this. They asked the league to move the game to Tuesday. The league said no. They asked the quarterback's coach to play in their spot. The NFL said no way. Because they were the only ones that went on that COVID list and nobody else did. The league said play on. So what did they do? They grabbed a wide receiver off the practice squad to go play at quarterback. And what a stat of numbers he had. He was
let me read off his tremendous stats. Listen to these. He was 1 for 9 for 13 yards and 2 interceptions.
Yup.
That was his amazing stats.
Then of course New Orleans for a little bit.
Hill wasn't as good either.
No, Taysom Hill stunk.
Yeah. Let's see. He went 9 for 16 for a whopping 78 yards and 1 interception.
But guess what? They don't care about that. They care about something else. And that's called the good old 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, by Murray, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, Taysom Hill also had 2 touchdown runs too.
Yep.
So that's what saved New Orleans from that game. And I thought the way it was going, I thought New Orleans didn't really pick them apart until about the second quarter. The first quarter, I thought New Orleans was like, who's this kid?
Yep.
And apparently from what my stats were, the last time he played quarterback was at Wake Forest.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, before he was turned into a wide receiver.
Yep. And he was on the practice squad, not even on the team.
No.
Not even.
It wasn't even close.
No. I mean, could Denver have done anything different? Probably not.
No, but they did get the coach fined them all, though.
Yeah.
And they're scheduled to play Sunday night against Kansas City. We don't know which quarterback is playing that night.
If they're going up against Kansas City, it probably won't matter what quarterback you're throwing out there.
Yeah, well, it all hinders on how long Patrick Mahomes and the whole Kansas City first-team offense is going to stay out there for.
Yeah. We'll get to Kansas City in a little bit.
A little bit.
But, yeah, it is surprising that Denver didn't have a better backup plan or anybody else, but
nope.
they
But it didn't
they
happen to
were
one. It happens to 4 of them.
yeah, it happened to all 4. So that was a really bad stroke of luck. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm sorry, but that's still, to me, that was the laughing stock of the game. At first, I was going to say Baltimore and Pittsburgh was going to be that, but not even close.
Yeah, not even close. But
yeah, go ahead,
it
Joe.
really made a difference if Denver had their number 1 quarterback.
I think it would have been a little better.
It would have probably been 17 to if Drew Brees was playing for New Orleans, it probably would have upped New Orleans stock a little bit.
Not really, because remember, any team that goes to Denver, regardless, the Broncos are a bad
mile
team,
high.
Welcome to it changes the whole elevation up there.
It did, but it may have been 31-17, something like that.
Yup.
It still would have been.
Instead, it's 31-3, and the only thing that happens, the kicker kicks a 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, that's a highlight of the game.
That was the only highlight of the game. And yes, I did watch quite a bit of that game. I wanted to see how bad it went. I was very interested in that game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you watched the bad game.
Yeah, I watched the game, but I wanted to see how much of a joke it was.
And it was.
Yup. It didn't disappoint to anybody. I bet all New Orleans fans were like, okay, we should get an easy W.
Yeah. And they pretty much, New Orleans got an easy W. They, they got a break there. So.
Yup.
Yeah, so that was that game. That's pretty much said and done on. Uh-oh.
Pick up the phone, Judy.
Pick up the phone. Coachy's getting a call.
Okay. Nope. Okay, that was for her.
Sure. It's Domino's.
Hold on. You got it, right? Thank you. Okay, we can continue. Another one of our moments.
Another one of the moments, the Judy call. Judy calls in. Hey!
No, it's one of her friends from Florida.
I put her on.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I don't know how much right now she lives in Tampa, so she's just enjoying her Christmas picture. So, yeah, okay. But anyway, I want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens and what the heck happened and why we waited an extra week to play.
Well, let's see. Baltimore has lost a couple in a row now, and they're kind of sliding down this slope of maybe not making the playoffs at all.
It all started when New England beat Baltimore.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, it has. And they're not running the ball. Lamar Jackson's got COVID for one of them, but he's not even running the ball even that well either.
No, and let me add to this. Both running backs on the team, Ingram and I forget the other one, they went on that list, but Gus Edwards was able to play on Wednesday. But the entire offensive line got zonked. There was a couple defensive players that got zonked. The personnel person got in deep trouble. I think he's been fired, because they weren't doing the proper protocols. So the game was supposed to be Thanksgiving night. They got worried. A few Pittsburgh Steelers had some nice choice words on their Twitter account, which I won't repeat on the air because it didn't sound very good.
Okay, let's keep it.
No, we don't need to discuss that. So they moved the game from Thursday to Sunday, and they were like, oh, yep, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're going to put on the dog show for a rerun afterwards. We have to do some game show to replace NBC. So the game was supposed to be Sunday at 1:15 on NBC. And by the way, this was going to be on NBC regardless.
Yeah.
So it was going to be Sunday at 1:15. More reports from Baltimore came out, more cases.
Yeah.
Moved the game to Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, prime time is still good.
Yeah.
So then another case comes out. And then here comes the next thing on Tuesday. Oh, yeah, we have to put the game on at 3:40 so you wouldn't interfere with the Rockefeller Christmas tree at night.
Yeah.
My thought was, you know what? Light the tree, have it from 6 to 8 o'clock. You have 2-hour window. Have your people play their songs, play their music and all that, and then put the football game on at 8 o'clock. But, oh, no, because they signed Dolly Parton and everybody else, there was no way they were moving it, and the tree event became about a 4-hour event.
Well, you don't know how long Dolly Parton has left.
No, of course not. But but there were so many people singing Christmas music. The lighting of the tree didn't go to about 10 o'clock.
Well, jeez.
So it was very fun that the football game was on at 3:40. And I can tell you, there's a lot of friends that I know were not too happy that Ellen DeGeneres wasn't on that day.
Oh, too bad, Ellen.
Yeah, well, I said,
Ellen.
and I told him, well, Kelly Clarkson was on.
Yeah.
But anyway, the outcome of the game, let me tell you, both teams were rusty, very rusty.
Rusty? I got a couple questions to ask you about Pittsburgh. And, Pittsburgh hasn't blown out anybody in too many games. They have not.
Nope.
I don't think they're good enough to beat Kansas City.
No, I can see that already because let's go back to the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The game against Baltimore at Baltimore comes down to the final play of the game. Okay.
The field.
That was competitive.
Yep.
Going to Dallas, no business being that close for the whole game, and you win it at the end.
Yep.
Don't be pulling that stunt because New England did that against the Giants, if you recall, in Week 17.
Yep.
And we got fortunate.
And then we got beat in the Super Bowl.
Right, by the Giants. I said, you watch out. The Giants are going to beat them. So anyway, let's turn the page. Both teams, 4 turnovers in 7 minutes of the game. Okay, I wasn't impressed how Roethlisberger looked, even though they won. RG3, oh boy. Unfortunately, if you all saw what he did in one of his running plays, he was starting to pull a play, and my first words were, uh-oh, here we go.
Injury.
He just pulled a hamstring right there. He tried to come back. He did throw the ball a little bit, but then they brought in the other quarterback. I can't remember his name. I know he played at Penn State.
Let's see.
What was McKenzie? Go ahead, look it up. It's your turn to look it up. I think his last name's McKenzie.
McSorley.
Okay.
McSorley.
I knew he was from Penn State. I knew that much.
He is from Penn State. Trace.
Yep. Okay.
McSorley.
Very good. Very good.
Good Irish name. McSorley.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he didn't do so well.
No, he didn't, unfortunately.
He did throw a nice touchdown pass, but he was...
Yeah, well, that was a beauty. 77 yards. I said, where did Pittsburgh go on that defense?
Yeah.
And it gave Baltimore a chance. But my question to you is, Joe, when Roethlisberger threw that lame duck pass, 4 Ravens were sitting there. James Washington makes the catch. I said, oh, my God, are you kidding me, Baltimore?
Yeah.
You had your chance.
You had your chance.
You could have picked it off.
I mean, Pittsburgh didn't even run the ball well. They 16 carries for 60 yards in that game. That was
for Snell. Well, you'll take that though because Connor didn't play because he was on the COVID list.
Yeah, but that's a poor running.
Yep. And you know who the best receiver was on that game? Even though Smith-Schuster caught a touchdown, Eric Ebron.
Yeah, 7 receptions, 54 yards.
Yeah, he may not have been the leading target in receiving, but guess what? He made plays, and he was the only one that looked like he got open all the time.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh scores their opening touchdown on an interception.
Yeah.
But the only bad news is for Pittsburgh, I heard one of their players is gone for the season. He tore his ACL, which didn't look too pretty in that fourth quarter, the way he did it.
Well, it's going to take Pittsburgh. They got a very easy remaining schedule. They may go 16. They may go 16-0, but remember they won't have too many fans at their place. They'll get the bye. They'll get a bye, but I still don't.
No, they won't. You got to remember, only one team gets a bye now.
Yeah. If Pittsburgh goes 1-16 or 16-0, they'll get the bye.
They'll get the bye. Kansas City will have to win the first round game at home.
Yeah. They'll be fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree.
And stuff. But
I
don't.
The schedule. The only real team they really have left that's tough is what? Cleveland.
That's it. And they blew out Cleveland when they played them. Weeks
this
ago.
Is not the same Pittsburgh team right now.
No, it's not. It's lacking in in offense. It is very lacking in offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their offense doesn't even scare anybody, I don't think, anymore. If you can say that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't see if Pittsburgh's the number one seed in the AFC. I
Better play
still
a lot better than where they are right now because I'm not
or
impressed with them.
yeah, they'll either be knocked out by Kansas City or Tennessee. I think Tennessee is better right now than Pittsburgh.
Well, Tennessee's got a game they don't want to go too far ahead because look who they have this week.
Yeah. Who do they got?
Good old Cleveland.
Cleveland. I think the King running back will run all over
Derrick Henry. Yeah.
Henry. I think Henry will. They're calling him King now. King running back.
Of course. Why not?
Well, why not?
He's the bread and butter of the team anyway.
Yeah, he is. He is. So the King running back will. I think he'll handle the Cleveland Browns by himself.
He's a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, but I think those two in the AFC will knock out Pittsburgh. I don't see Pittsburgh going to the Super Bowl.
I don't either, unless I see some improvements with that team. I don't think so.
I don't see it happening. I mean,
I guess the next team, I know you're looking, but the way I'm going right now, looking at this, I cannot believe the New York Giants are sitting in first place right now with their record.
Well, New York had a lot of hard games in the beginning. I mean, that whole division is screwed up.
Still up for grabs.
Yeah, still up for grabs. They're going to finish 5 wins, 6 wins. Whoever's going to
6 is winning you a division.
Yep, and a home playoff game. That's the shocker right there. You get a home
I know.
playoff game.
It's pretty sad. But the Giants have won 3 in a row, correct? Now they've won 3 straight?
3.
Yeah.
3 straight.
Well, guess what? Now they have a bump in the road coming up this week.
They do get a lot bit bumpier at the end of their schedule. They do.
Yeah, well, here comes Seattle, and, there's I believe Daniel Jones is more than likely not playing. He was listed as doubtful as of this afternoon.
Yep, I think so. I think that's
so. That means Colt McCoy,
true.
who's 30, and I couldn't believe I looked at how old he was. A lot of people thought he was 40 years old. He's only 34.
Yeah, that's not that old. We're both older than he is, and we still can't remember where we are.
Yeah, of course not. But if the Giants want to beat Seattle's defense, no. The last 6 weeks, I'm not impressed with them either.
That's true. I still say you got to stop Russell Wilson. You got to slow him down.
Now Chris Carson is back, but now Carlos Hyde is injured again. I believe he pulled a hamstring, but I don't know what his status is.
I don't know either.
They have 2 receivers where 1 week it's Tyler Lockett, 1 week it's DK Metcalf. It's like goes back and forth. So it was the Metcalf show this past Monday. So that means now it must be Lockett's turn to have another good performance.
Well,
it's been going back and forth.
Going back and forth, yeah. But the Giants need to slow down Russell Wilson. I don't think they have the corners to keep up with the Seattle's wide receivers.
I think Jabril Peppers is probably going to be going one-on-one with Metcalf for most of the game.
That's going to be a tall order.
Tall order to take care of.
And if Russell Wilson sees him open, he's going to nail him.
Well, I mean, the last game for Metcalf, he did finish with 177 yards receiving.
Yeah, so that's a good game.
Yeah, well, even though Philadelphia, and I can't believe this if I'm going to say this, but if you remember the tight end Richard Rodgers who caught a Hail Mary touchdown pass again on Aaron Rodgers on a Thursday night when they were in Detroit, he did the exact same thing this past Monday against Seattle. Carson Wentz just threw a Hail Mary and Richard Rodgers caught it. I said, are you kidding me? He did it again? I said, that's twice he's done it.
Well, he's getting good at it.
I know. But at least the good news is for Philly, they have Zach Ertz back this week.
Yeah.
He's not going to play the whole game. He's going to be limited.
Yeah, But I still say it's going to be coming down to the Giants or Philly in that. Whoever wins that.
Well, the Giants and Philly have another game to play.
Yeah, they do.
And that's in Philadelphia.
Yep. Which I don't think there's going to be any fans, so.
No, there's going to be no fans the rest of the season with Philly. Philly, they weren't anyway. Pittsburgh, they announced their only family members are allowed to go now.
Yeah, so.
They already took care of that.
You'll have everybody's mother up in the stand rooting for their boy.
Yeah, mothers, wives, children, grandparents, you name it. I want to talk about the 49ers and where they got to play their games, possibly the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Big news that came down on that Saturday night. And I said, okay, this mayor's being pretty gutsy about making this call because they can't have any type of sports, even from the pros to the youth, can't not play any games for at least 3 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So the 49ers, they got them caught off guard. They were not happy. So now they're going to be playing their next 2 home games, and it might be the rest of the season, regular season. They're going to be playing in Arizona.
Yeah. The regular, I
and
think
they play the Arizona Cardinals anyway at Arizona, but this is not fair to the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, it was like taking a bullet to the head when I heard about this. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's a shocker to lose your home field for the rest of the rest of
if they make the playoffs, you may get it back, but this was a pretty strong move right now.
Yep. So
and it was pretty tough. And yes, from what I'm understanding too, the Los Angeles area may not be far behind either.
Yeah, but I don't think San Francisco's going to make it anyways.
Well, it's not San Francisco. Remember, their games playing at their home turf is not in San Francisco. It's in Santa Clara. Yeah. So it's the mayor's decision that did this.
Yeah, it is. But looking at their record of 5-6.
Well, they're not out of it yet. They beat the Rams twice now. Big win.
Yeah, big win. But the Rams are still 7-4.
The Rams are going to Arizona. That's a big game this week.
Yeah, that is because that will because Seattle's on top, and then I think the Cardinals are next, and then the Rams, and then the 49ers. But
yeah, San Francisco's got a little bit of a tough climb coming up. They do play the Buffalo Bills on a Monday night, but you know what? It is winnable because, Buffalo hasn't really fared well out west. I mean, remember the game out in Arizona when Kyle Murray decided to go airborne and DeAndre Hopkins makes the catch to win the ball game.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I still say San Francisco's got they're playing well because
with all the injuries.
With all the injuries and stuff, but they really feasted on their their divisional opponents, the Giants, the Eagles, the Cowboys. They beat up. They got wins there to boost their record.
Yeah, well, you heard about Seattle's rest of the schedule, right? Pretty soft.
Yeah.
The Giants, they still got to play the Jets. I believe they still have to play the Washington football team. They play the Rams. Yeah. They've got some easy teams coming up.
So that whole division right there has really easy games to come up. So their records are going to be good. Their records are going to be like Seattle's at least going to go probably 12-4.
12-4, maybe 11-5, but I doubt. I think they may lose one more, but that's it.
That's it. And even the Rams and the Cardinals can go 11-5 or 10-6. And
well, the Cardinals got to be careful because they can't afford to really lose any more games. I mean, yes, I'm a Patriots fan, and yes, we did stink in that game against Arizona, but I thought Arizona should have won that game. I really do.
Yeah, but
we didn't get – and the Patriots got it done, but unfortunately Cam Newton, from what I was told, he was banged up, and hopefully he'll be able to play Sunday when they're playing at Los Angeles.
Yep.
Which I'm kind of happy they're staying out in Los Angeles anyway for the next week and a half because after this game they might as well just stay there because they got to play the Rams next Thursday night. So
yeah.
So and I think they're winnable games with those two because after those two games it's divisional play the rest of the season.
Yeah, that is winnable games for the Patriots.
But don't let the Chargers get fooled because remember the Chargers love to lose by 3 points or less.
Yeah, they've been doing that the whole season, and their coach is on the hot seat.
I don't think it's fair though with him. I really don't. I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. And you know what? You got to give him another year because Tolbert, who came in at quarterback, he's been doing really, really good. I don't think it's fair for Lynn to get fired after something like this. I think you give him another shot. I give him one more year next year.
Okay, I agree with you. I'll give you because they're not getting blown out in these games. They're
not getting blown out. They got the perfect quarterback. I mean, yes, sorry to Tyrod Taylor, and yes, he's not suing the NFL or the doctors for what happened. But Tolbert has been an unbelievable quarterback. He's definitely going to win Rookie of the Year now since Burrow's out.
Yep. I agree with you.
So I really think Anthony Lynn deserves one more year after this. Don't get me wrong. He does not deserve to be on the hot seat this year. I think he can get one more chance. If next year, if they do the same thing, then yes, he does need to go, unfortunately. But I give him a pass this year and give him another shot.
Yep, I agree with you.
I'd say one more year.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
I mean, and yes, the defensive coordinator for San Francisco, since Matt Patricia got fired, Detroit they want him as a head coach. They're already trying to praise him already.
They're already trying San Francisco?
Mm-hmm, the defensive coordinator, Detroit already wants him.
Oh, okay.
You got to wait till the season's over before he starts getting interviewed.
I don't know if for just the defensive coach or head coach.
The head coach.
Oh.
It's a head coach position. Remember, Patricia got fired after that Thanksgiving game.
Because, he did.
You noticed the whole Detroit team wasn't really doing anything. They were just lollygagging even when they make the catch.
Yep. Yeah.
Matt Stafford just sitting there looking like a loose goose on a plane somewhere. But,
yeah, just eating his turkey.
Yeah, that was after the game. Yes, and that was when which, by the way, Houston is back in the fold, but. Unfortunately, bad news out there with Will Fuller getting a 6-game suspension, which killed me in one of my fantasy leagues. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, it's a killer, but it's okay. We picked up Kiki Kute. So,
Kiki Kute, that's pretty good to say.
Yeah, I know. Well, I had him in fantasy football before, and I consulted with my brother in 2 of the leagues and I said, Mike, I'm getting this guy for you. I don't care. He's going to be the number 2 receiver this week.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, I think we got to get away from football because I think we only got 30 minutes left. We got to be careful.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes if you want to go for another football.
I can go for 2 more teams. Yes, go ahead. You can pick the next 2. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'm checking college hockey for a second.
College hockey.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about KC and Tampa?
Yes, I
Brady
do.
Losing.
Tampa Bay looked like junk the first quarter of the game when it was down 17-0.
Tampa Bay looked like they ran out of the stadium in the first quarter.
Well, here's the first question. Who wants to put a body on Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, if you can put a body on him. If he's not gone with the ball.
The way he was going, I thought he was going – I said it when I was at a friend's house. I said, 300 yards receiving. Watch.
Yep.
And he almost
he had 200 in the first quarter.
Right? Yeah, 202, 203.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. He had the hat trick. And Mahomes had no problem throwing it to him. I'm like,
nope.
Geez, Tampa, where are you?
I think Kansas City put the brakes on. I think they just in the last couple quarters, if they really wanted to, that game could have been 50-10.
Yeah, well, they actually should have because Tampa Bay did make it a game.
I think it was more KC letting them back into the game than Tampa
Yep.
Bay having a real shot to win it.
Yeah. Yep.
So
absolutely. I
yeah.
mean, why did Tampa Bay come back? I don't know. But Brady, right now, the last couple weeks, he's, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I know he can still do it. He definitely has lost a step in the last couple weeks.
I can say this about Brady. He does not like to throw the deep ball anymore.
Nope. No, that's for sure. But he throws an average of 20 yards a ball now.
Yeah. I mean, in that game, he was forced to throw at least, I think, 20 times, 20 yards or more. He can't do that. He cannot do that anymore.
No, he can't. He's lucky to throw the 10 to 15-yard plays.
Yeah. I mean, he throws those accurately, but he hasn't thrown the deep ball since he had Randy Moss on the team in the Patriots.
Antonio Brown, you mean?
No, Randy Moss. Remember the season with Randy Moss and everything? He hasn't been able to throw the deep ball since then.
Well, and of course his prime target, what was it, the last game? Mike Evans was shut down. He had to go to Rob Gronkowski more than he had to.
Yeah, he did. That's a familiar target, but that's still only throwing the ball maybe 15 or 20 yards. And it's still short, immediate passes. It looks like Brady doesn't fit the system of the Tampa Bay's coach.
No, and I'm waiting to see when him and Bruce Arians have a nice argument on the field during the game and the cameras catch it.
Yep, I think that will be happening.
Because from what my understanding is as well, I believe Arians is now making the play calls than Byron Leftwich. I believe he's taken over as the play calling.
Yeah. So if Tom doesn't like the call and he changes it in the huddle to something and it doesn't work.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And
it's going to go off. It's going to go off.
Right. And then, to boot as well, Joe, eventually soon Mike Evans is gonna have a fit, and Brady signed this 2-year contract. He knows he wants to play against the Patriots for the first time in his career, and probably the only time in his career next season.
Yeah, if he can make it, if you're gonna make it to that, I don't think.
Because some friend of mine or a colleague told me you should bring Brady back to the Patriots. I said,
what? Why?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
he had his chance. He had his time.
He had his chance. He had his time. Last time we saw Brady, he threw a pick six into the end zone. I don't want to see that again.
No. That's it. Once he signs a one-day contract with the Patriots, that's retirement, and then you wait 5 years before he gets into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But I think Brady, he's hit the wall. He's
I do too.
He's hit the wall. I mean,
well, and Tampa Bay's the one who signed him to a 2-year contract, so he can get this ridiculous money. So,
I mean, they're not better than Seattle. I still put them even just above Green Bay, maybe just below, or even with Green Bay, and they're not better than the New Orleans Saints with Drew Brees.
Forget it, no. And Tampa's already lost to New Orleans twice, so
so I don't see him winning a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. Maybe a playoff game.
For a while.
Actually, I think they're a 7. They're like a 7th seed or something like that. They wouldn't even get a home playoff game.
No, well, if they want to keep falling, they're going to fall right out of the mix. So
they may end up playing like the Giants and losing.
Well, as of right now, what is it? I think Seattle's the number 2 seed right now. So Tampa could go out there.
It's New Orleans, it's Seattle, somebody else.
Yeah, and automatically number 4 is the Giants.
Giants, yeah.
Green Bay's number 3, by the way.
Green Bay's, yeah. Green Bay's.
All right. So did we use enough time on the football, or we got time for one more?
Let's see here. Football, we got 34 minutes. We used. Okay, yeah. You want to switch gears?
We got 34 minutes left.
No, we got
26 minutes left.
26 minutes left.
All right, one more, but I won't go too crazy on this last one. Go ahead. I'll go one more.
You go one more.
One more team, but I won't spend much time on it.
Don't want to talk about them. They're pretty much done.
Which team's that?
Miami and the Jets. That's pretty much done.
Well, Fitzpatrick's back again. Yes, I know, but save that for another time. Next.
Tennessee crushes Indy 45-26.
Yeah, well, I
Henry
watched that
runs
one.
over.
I can go on that one for 30 seconds. Derrick Henry had a feast in that game. He had like almost about 200 yards of total yards and 3 touchdowns. I thought he was in for the game of his best game of the season. You know,
Derrick Henry had 27 carries, 178 yards, 3 touchdowns.
What about receiving? He had receiving touchdown out of the 3 too.
That's just his running numbers.
Right, but what about his receiving? Because he had a receiving touchdown too.
Let's see here. Yeah, he had 1 receiving.
One reception, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, 1 reception. That was the touchdown. Okay.
But
oh boy, what other team do I want to think of doing?
I don't think we want to. Do we want to do poor Dallas? Poor Dallas Cowboy friends.
Let's see. Two offensive linemen go down with injuries, out for a while. Didn't look too good against Washington on Thanksgiving. The highlight, and I can't say this while I got 30 more seconds. The highlight of the NFL Week 12. There were a couple of defensive linemen that scored touchdowns on an interception or a fumble.
Yeah, it was nice.
I was impressed with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we covered pretty much.
I think we covered the NFL for the last couple weeks and beyond. So when we come back for the next show, we'll talk about Week 13.
Yeah.
You know, especially you got the Monday games and a Tuesday game this week. So
yeah, we got a Tuesday. Steelers and
Nope. The schedule is this. Monday is Washington at Pittsburgh. It's a national Fox game at 5:00.
Yep.
Then Buffalo versus San Francisco from Arizona on ESPN. And then Tuesday is Dallas at Baltimore, 8:00 on Fox. And,
all right. Yeah.
So, and let's see, as long as there isn't another glitch, we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. As long as I don't fall asleep here.
No, I'm not. Yeah, you better not. Please. Please.
Yo, wake up.
I actually, my first time I have a weekend off after I've worked 6 days out of 7. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Okay. Joe, I'll let you talk about the NBA because I don't want to talk about the NHL quite yet, but that's coming. Go ahead.
Okay, the NBA. They're actually they got their stuff together. They're gonna start their regular season on Christmas Day.
Wait, not quite.
Not Christmas.
Well, there's 5 games on Christmas Day. The actual start of the regular season is December 22nd.
I think those are preseason games.
No, you better read that one. I think the regular season starts December 22nd.
Okay. We have
December 22nd is the start of the season.
But preseason starts Friday, December 11th.
On the 11th?
Right?
Yeah.
11th.
Yes, on the 11th.
On the 11th.
The 22nd, there's 2 games. Yeah, here we go. Golden State at Brooklyn, and then the LA Clippers at LA Lakers.
Yep.
Of course, we don't know. We don't know if they're going to actually play in those arenas or are we going to go back to a bubble again.
It looks. I don't know where they're going to play them. Let's see. Does it say where? No.
No, not yet.
They don't say where. Yeah.
But I know the NBA is going to. I think they're in training camps right now. So
yeah, they are.
The preseason starts next week.
Well, yeah, the preseason games start next week, and we got a full slate of games for Christmas, and we got some interesting trading that went on and stuff like that. First off, for the Boston Celtics, they got rid of Gordon Hayward. He went to the Charlotte Hornets. That
Yep.
unloaded a lot of cap space for the Celtics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they went with Tristan Thompson from Cleveland. And Tristan Thompson's 9 years in the league. He's probably would be a power forward, not a center, but he's tough. He's a tough kid. I believe he's 6'11", 6 something like that.
Yep.
Fully built, tough. I mean, he's won a championship before. He's been to the NBA Finals. He's well experienced, and he's a good rebounder, which the Celtics desperately needed. They needed this tough kind of player because they got pushed around a lot by other teams. Players like Anthony Davis pushed them around a little bit, and let's see, and Milwaukee Bucks player in the Kupo. I can't. Yeah, that's a good shot at it.
I know you're trying. You're trying your best.
In the Kupo. He pushed him around a little bit, but I think that's a pretty good fit for Tristan Thompson. Let's see. We also had John Wall go to the Houston Rockets for Westbrook.
But now the question is their other player, James Harden, is he going to stay in Houston or does he want to get traded to the Brooklyn Nets? There have been a big situation. Now, I read the article. The Houston coach is so guaranteed that he's coming on board to play this coming season.
I think James Harden's realizing he needs to win a championship, and the time is running out for him to actually do this. He needs to actually go to a team where he can just be the number 2 player, and feed off of number 1, like a Kevin Durant and stuff like that. And he could still toss up his like 20 to 25 points a game, but not work as hard doing that if he went to Brooklyn.
Yep.
I mean, Kevin Durant would take all the big shots. He would take all the pressure off. He would take off the pressure from the media and stuff like that. And I think that would be a better fit for James Harden right now if he did that. I mean, he's looking to win. He's looking to win championships.
I understand that. And what I read with the article says if he has to, he'll hold out from playing Houston and he'll wait until the right trade comes out for him. But the problem is if he does not start the season with Houston, I've already read that the fans are already going to start
burning jerseys.
Panicking,
yeah.
But you know what? I hope for his sake he plays it out the rest of the season and just get a trade at the deadline.
Well,
and then we'll all be happy.
Yeah, I think with the Westbrook trade to Charlotte, I mean, Westbrook still has entertainment value as a player. Yeah. He's still a very triple-double machine. I mean, kind of player. I mean, he's still in his prime. He's never been really hurt or anything like that. So he's still a good conditioned player. I mean, that makes Charlotte a little actually Washington, not Charlotte. Went to Washington. Sorry.
Washington Wizards. Yes, I was waiting to see if you were going to correct it before I was going to have to.
Okay. He went to Washington. But I think that makes Washington irrelevant. Not
a little better.
Better.
But remember, look at the salary the next couple of years. Oh, boy, is it big bucks.
Yeah, but if Washington starts building their younger players through the draft and stuff, once the college draft actually becomes a college draft again after this pandemic is over.
After this pandemic season, when it ever ends,
whenever it ends, and players can actually be scouted and filmed and watched again, stuff like that. I think he probably will stay in Washington. I mean,
well, at least for a couple of years, he has an option for a third year.
He has an option. If he's still making good money and he likes Washington, he may actually stay there for a while. You know,
we'll see. But like I said, the contract he has remaining is in the over $40 million a season. So
yeah,
I looked at how much it was. So, the Lakers buy themselves another ring. They're loaded.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they did get rid of Rajon Rondo. They did get rid of Dwight Howard, but those were just things that they wanted to get younger. And boy, did they ever! And then Anthony Davis. He opted out not to go into his option year, become a free agent, and
he got the money.
He got the money he wished. He got a maxed contract.
Yeah, he got a maxed contract, 5 years,
$190 million.
Yep, 95.
And then I thought it all went up because I saw it was 190. Went to 195 then.
I think he went to the 195.
Okay. And then LeBron James, I saw that he got a nice 2-year extension, $42.5 million. I said, yeah, he's a Laker for life. Now he's got 4 more years now, and then he'll call it a career.
Well, we can debate this on another show.
Oh, yeah, that'll absolutely have to happen on another show. But
now he's
got 4 years left.
Yeah, if he reaches number 6, does he knock off Michael?
I'm going to say he's going to do everything in his power to do it.
Yep, I think so.
No doubt about it.
Long as the Lakers still hold on to him and AD, and they surround themselves with new, fresh, young players every year.
I've seen it. They look pretty good. So I think this looks like it could be another good run again.
Yeah. So they may get lucky and have a shorter season like they are now, and that will be less wear and tear on LeBron and stuff. So they're
well, LeBron's the good news is, though, at least the NBA is playing 72 games. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, but LeBron will probably play, I say, 58 of those games.
Yeah, they said he's going to take a couple weeks off to start the season.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. But let's see how many other players start doing that, though. I hope they're careful about doing it. So.
Yeah.
All right, since we got, 10 – what do we got, 15 minutes now left?
We have 8 minutes.
Okay. All right, this turns it up for the NHL.
NHL hockey time.
I know.
Hockey.
So.
Checking the boards.
Yep. So the last couple days, and, and I'm glad I put on, because I have Sirius satellite radio in my car. I do get it on my computer. I was starting to listen to the NHL, like, okay, let me just put this on for ha-has and see what's going on. Then I'm hearing, what's going on? And all of a sudden, hockey's supposed to start January 1st. Now they're talking about February 1st as the start date. So now, but you kind of knew this was going to happen. There's no way you're going to play 82 games in January and then the season's going to be over by September again. You can't have this happen twice in a row. So now where we stand with all this is after they made the CBA contract, you got your 4 years, and now the owners and players are having a fight. They want a 50-50 partnership. I said, oh, you're kidding me. I said, please don't go down the ways that baseball did, because this is how baseball went to only 60 games. And then what's going to happen? The commissioner of the NHL is going to say, you know what, we're going to play 41 games, everybody in the conference. But there's a problem.
Yeah.
You've got the border is still closed from what I understand.
Well,
and the Canadian teams would have to have an all-Canadian division. They would have to play. They wouldn't be able to come to the United States unless they had some special permission, which is not going to probably happen for a while.
Yeah.
So what some of the teams are trying to do, and I'm not buying this, you can't have 4 or 5 teams play outdoor games, like 5-10 games worth. That's too much. To me, you play one game. You play one Winter Classic game. 2 different teams in a different city every year. You'll agree with that.
But if you want to get your season done and over at playing outside, is probably your best bet.
Coming down to they want fans. The NHL players want fans in the stands. And I think that might be a breaking point right now with the NHLPA and the owners. And I can already tell this could get ugly. They've already said possibly there may not be a season at all this year. And I said, yeah, let's not discuss about that yet.
That will send you into a coma or something. Like,
I've already been through it. I've already done it once.
Yeah.
We already canceled the 2005 season, the whole thing. That went out the door, and it almost happened again years later. But see, if this is going to hurt anybody, it's going to be the Seattle Kraken because they're supposed to start play in the fall of 2021. And right now, this is tough right now for all of them because remember, they got to do that expansion draft coming up and everything else. It's much of a mess right now. I just hope for our sake it doesn't go where Major League Baseball went with this because they could be going toward this direction. And Donald Fear, please, dear and God, you better do something because just a reminder, you're not in baseball anymore. You're now in hockey.
Yeah, and what you said about the 50-50 split, that was a rare thing to happen in baseball. That's very rare that the owners give a 50-50 split of anything. That's not even in the NBA. I think it's 60-40 or something like that in the NBA.
And then I can add on to this as well with the players and the owners. The owners already have given the players, a 10% decrease with their salaries this year. They're going to try and push it for more. And this is what baseball did the exact same thing. They're going toward that position.
Yep, less games, less pay.
Yeah, well, they're only going 50 to 56 right now. I mean, what are you going to do? You better not think about – they've already said the CBA is already a done deal. You can't go back and go renegotiate and otherwise thinking, okay, we may not have a season at all. And you can't say it's a lockout or a strike. This one's because of a pandemic.
Yeah, I think the pandemic will cancel your season.
But I hope we don't go that route. But, we were supposed to start the season January 1st. That's not happening. They're saying now it might be mid-January, but they think it's not going to be till February. But it doesn't matter anyway because the American Hockey League isn't starting till February anyway, so it might make sense.
Well, don't you need players from the American League to support your pro?
Yep, but you got to have a training camp. I mean, there have been training camps. There were 2 hockey teams that did have to stop because of the zonkness of the pandemic with Columbus.
Let's call it the zonk. Zonk is good.
Columbus and Tampa Bay both had to stop their practices because there were some tests of COVID cases.
Zonk.
Yep, exactly. Just like that.
There you go. Zonk.
So, you got any quickies while we got like two minutes left?
Let's see. Quickies. One thing I forgot to mention about the NBA, I congratulate Jason Tatum for signing a 5-year max contract with the Boston Celtics, $195 million, signing back up. That's a nice. He's a nice player. He's a very good player. Very humble player, hungry player. Very talented, and we'll see if a Duke Blue Devil can actually take a team to the NBA Finals, which has never happened.
Speaking of college basketball, welcome back for the men's and women's. The UConn men are 3-0. I'm glad who they played their last game too. I think they made the right decision who they played. I really do. USC. You don't play them very often. I thought that was a great opponent for them to play, and that was their best game of the season. They've looked up the 3 so far. It was that one. No, it was much better defensively.
Yeah, much better. I got to chime in about the Central Blue Devils and the UConn.
Yeah, Central Connecticut actually could have won that game.
Yeah, they could have.
In the first half, the second half, UConn didn't really take over till the last 10 minutes of the game.
That's really not a very good. I mean, Central got some good players and stuff like that.
Yep.
I love my home. I love my home Devils and stuff like that, but they're not in the league of UConn. They're not there.
But they did give it an effort, though. It stayed close for a while. No doubt about, and that's why you got Danielle Marshall. So.
Yep. Yeah. He didn't suit up though.
Yep. And the UConn women open up their season with UMass Lowell on December 12th, of course, if no one has another case, because they haven't played a game yet. Yeah. And then they open up their Big East Conference play.
Yep.
Against Butler, same thing.
Yeah, we'll see what they do in the Big East. That should be pretty exciting with the Big East opponents and stuff like that.
Mohegan Sun Bubbleville, so far so good.
Yeah, Mohegan Sun Bubble. No, yeah, that's great. That's good.
That's what they called it, Joe.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
So, but anyway, I think the time has come.
Yep, time has come.
All right,
guys. This has been Joe Musil for the Sportsman Show.
Coachy. Jason. I'm Jason Coachy Carroll. Thank you very much for watching. Our shows are getting updated again. Thank goodness.
On YouTube. Watch us on YouTube. Watch us on Nutmeg Television.
As a matter of fact, our 7 p.m. show is on right now. We just don't know what episode it is, but
that's true.
We're there. Yep. We will convene, and we'll be back next Friday night, everybody, probably about the same time. So have a good week. Get your Christmas shopping in. Please stay safe.
Yep, stay safe, people. Bye.